Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We got game two of the Texas Rangers Toronto Blue Jays series in Toronto. Leading off for the Rangers playing center field is Rivers, batting second, playing second, Kinsler, batting third, playing left is Hamilton, batting fourth, playing first base is Palmera, batting fifth, playing right field is Howard, batting sixth, doing the catching is Rodriguez, batting seventh, playing third base is Blaylock, batting eighth, playing shortstop is Elvis, and batting ninth doing the pitching is Darvish. And for the hometown Toronto Blue Jays, you got leading off playing second base Alomar, batting second playing short Fernandez, batting third playing first Odelrude, batting fourth playing third base Guerrera, batting fifth playing right field Barfield, batting sixth playing center field Wells, batting seventh, playing left field Stewart, batting eighth, doing the catching is Witt, and on the mound is Roy Halladay. And let's get this ball game started, folks. And you see the team comparisons. Texas 2-1, 23 strikeouts, 11 walks, 10 doubles. Toronto 2-1, 33 strikeouts, 12 walks, 6 doubles, 2 triples. Mickey Rivers lead it off here for the Rangers, batting 250 with a homer and 2 RBIs. This is Roy's first, appearance of the year in 2008. He was 20-11 with a 2.78 ERA. And the Rangers now are tied for first place with the Marlins. Rivers batting 250, Rodriguez 333, Hamilton 222, Howard 143, and Kinsler 167. And you got the pitchers with a 1.12 ERA and Madlock. Bosman, no ERA, rolling a 6 ERA. And let's get down to the field and get this game started, folks. Here's the pitch to Mickey. And that's going to be against the righty 15, and that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Barfield makes the catch for out number 1. And Kinsler comes to the plate now, batting 167, no homers and 1 RBI. And he gets a hold of this, drives it in between the gap, and Barfield's not getting that one. It's going to go to the wall for a 1-out double. The Rangers with a runner in scoring position for Josh Hamilton. And Hamilton is batting 222, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Doc gets him out for out number 2 with a swing and a miss. O'Meara comes to the plate now. 2 outs, a runner at second, batting 200 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a 13. And that is going to be a single in the left field. Kinsler with great speed. Stewart with a nice arm. Not great, though. Nice arm out there. And that'll be with 2 outs, 53. And he'll score with no throw. That's an RBI single by Palmero. And the Rangers take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. Frank Howard's up now with a runner down at first and 2 outs. Howard batting 143, 1 homer and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. Nope, that's 2 balls, no strikes on him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be against the righty, a 9. And that'll be a 17. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tony. He fires over to first. But the Rangers score 1. Rangers 1. Toronto coming to the plate. And they'll have Alomar, Fernandez, and Odelrude. And Alomar's batting 286. No homers and no RBIs. This is Darvish's first game. And Darvish in 2013 was 13-9 with a 2.83 ERA. And Toronto right now are a game and a half behind the Yankees, Wells is batting 417. Fernandez 333. Guerrero a buck 11. Alomar 286. And John Olerud 250. Alexander with a 3.3 ERA. Jimmy Key with a 6.4, and Dave Steve 11.25. And Dave joins us here again. It varies, Dave. There for a while, I was only doing like 1 or 2 games a week. So, yeah. Now I'm up to like a game a day. So 7 games a week. Yep. Alomar's up batting 286. No homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Toronto gets the leadoff batter aboard here. And Tony Fernandez is up. And Tony's batting 333 with no homers and 2 RBIs. They're going to do a little hit and run here. And a 35-9 against DAVISH. That'll be a 14. And that's going to be a single through short, and the runner will get in scoring position. The hit and run works to perfection. So now you got first and third, still nobody out. And the Rangers are going to play back and give up the tie and run to get it out here. And now you got John Olerud up batting 250. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And Mickey does not have a very good arm out there, folks. And that'll be fielding column 2. And I'm sure Alomar's going to score with no throw here. But we'll make sure. Yep. So that's going to be a sacrifice fly. And that'll tie the ball game up. Now you got a runner down at first and 1 out. In a tie ball game. And Guerrero's up batting a buck 11, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for out number 2. And Barfield comes to the plate now. Let's see something. Make sure I didn't screw that up. And we got to go back. I didn't realize he had the K. So that wasn't a sacrifice fly. That was a swing and a miss. He struck him out. He's got the K factor. Got to pay attention to that. So he strikes John out for out number 1. And then he comes back and he strikes out, let's see, 16. And he strikes out Guerrero. So back-to-back strikeouts. He might get out of this mess with nobody scoring. I'm glad I looked at that. I seen that K. So it's still first and third. Now Jesse Barfield is up, and Jesse's batting 286 with no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be another swing and a miss. He strikes the side out after having first and third. DAVISH strikes the side out, folks. Gets himself in a hell of a mess and gets out of it with 3 strikeouts in the inning. And that brings up Rodriguez now, and followed by Blaylock and Elvis. And Mr. Pudge is batting 333 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be against a 15. That is going to be a pop up down the short. Tony makes the catch for out number 1. But just got under that one, folks. That brings up Blaylock batting a buck 67, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. It'll be an 11, and that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Blaylock goes the other way with it, gets on base with 1 out. And here, entering the building is Elvis. And he's batting a buck 43 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Guerrero is not that great of a third baseman, so I don't know if they're going to turn 2 or 9. That'll be fielding column 3. And matter of fact, Doc strikes him out for out number 2. And Darvish is up now. Can he help his own cause? His first plate appearance of the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the second, still 1-0 Texas. Vernon Wells, Stewart, and Witt due up here. And Vernon's batting .417 with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the play lock at third. He fires across the diamond for out number 1. And Stewart comes up. Shannon batting .333 with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's a swing and a miss. Darvish with his 4th strikeout of the game, folks. And Ernie Witt comes up. And Witt's off to a great start, batting .667 with a homer and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short for out number 3. Nope, that's a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Darvish on a roll here with 5 strikeouts. Now we got the top of the order due up. As you see, Texas' upcoming schedule, they got one more game here in Toronto. They go on the road to Chicago, and then they come home and play these same Blue Jays in Texas. Mickey's 0 for 1 today. And not anymore. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. Turns on that one. Barfield gets over, holds him to a single. And Kinsler says, let's do a little hit and run here. So we're going to put the runner in motion. He doubled and came around the score back in the first. And that's going to work to perfection, folks. That ball is hit in the right field with the runner moving. Alomar's not there. That's going to be a single in the right. And the runner's going to get down the third. So first and third for the Rangers. Nobody out. Great job on the hit and run. And now you got Hamilton up. And Toronto will play back, try to get a double play here. Josh is 0 for 1. He struck out the last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. And let's see here. Is that deep enough? Probably not, but we'll give it a look here. 3. That'll be a 29. Not very deep at all. Mickey's got great speed, though. But he'll stay put. So that's a fly ball out to center field. Runner's still at first and third. Rafael Palmera's up trying to get some insurance runs in. And Palmera's 1 for 1. He singled and drove in a run back in the first. And he's going to maybe do this again, folks, against a righty. 13, yep, that's going to be a single in the left field. And Ian's probably going to make it down the third. That ball's out there. Stewart cuts it off, but it's deep. Got an average, better than average arm, but Ian's got great speed. He'll make it to third with no throw. So that's going to be an RBI single and a runner on at third. Put that in the left field. And still first and third. And now the Rangers are up 2-0. Hold on a second. We're looking at the wrong thing. Go back. I got to get my shit together here. So that was a 7 on a first and third. And that was a 15. And sorry about that. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field, not a single. He makes the catch. And let's see here. 47. Rivers will probably tag up and score, though, with 2 outs. Sorry about that. I had the wrong damn chart out. I need 66 or lower. And matter of fact, he's going to no throw. They're not even going to bother with the throw because that'll get Ian over to second. They want to have the force play. So it's going to be a sacrifice fly. And that makes it 2-0 ball game. And now you got Howard up with the runner down at first. And Howard is 0 for 1 today. He grounded out. And that's going to be, why didn't he score? God darn it. Let's go back here. Should have been a sacrifice fly, folks. F7R31. Okay, there we go. And now that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes on Howard. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a 17. And that's going to be a pop up down the short. And that'll end the inning. But the Rangers tackling another run. It's 2-0. They double the lead. And now you got Halladay up, followed by Alomar and Fernandez. And Halladay's first plate appearance of the year. And that's going to be a pop up down the second for out number 1. And now up to the plate's Alomar. He walked back in the first. And not this time. That's a double in the right field. A 1-out double. Now the tying run comes to the plate. And you got Tony Fernandez up. He singled back in the first. And that's going to be a 14 and an 8. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. 44 and a 9. And he's going to look the runner back to second. Fire over to first for out number 2. And John Olerud's up now. John struck out his first time up. And that's going to be against a 13. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And with 2 outs and Howard's weak arm out there, Alomar should score with no throw. And Howard does not have an arm out there at all to speak of. And he will score with no throw. So they cut the lead in half. And it's now 2-1 Texas. And Vlad comes up. And he is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Runner down at first now. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Howard makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. But it is now a 2-1 ball game. You got Rodriguez, Blaylock, and Elvis due up. Vine is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. He'll take it. Leadoff batter gets aboard here with a walk. And Blaylock comes up to the plate. And he is 1 for 1. He singled back in the second. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Roy strikes him out. That's his 4th strikeout of the game. Can Elvis do something here? Elvis is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. That's going to be back-to-back strikeouts. So it's up to you, Darvish, here to get something done. He is 0 for 1 today. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a 36. And that'll be a rare play, a 36 and a 36. And that's going to be hit down the short with Fernandez down there. 52 and a 9 should be fielding column 1. Nope, it's barely column 1. Whew. I'll say that is barely column 1. What was that? That's going to be a ground ball down the short. He'll take it himself, step on the bag, and that'll end the inning, folks. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's still a 2-1 Rangers lead. You got Barfield, Wells, and Stewart due up. And Jesse's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Let's get that off there, that red. Let's try this here. See if I don't get it off of here. Get that red out of there. Makes it look like that's the part of the inning we're in. So that's going to be a swing and a miss by Barfield. There it's going. So Barfield's out of there on strikes. And now Vernon comes to the plate. And he's 0 for 1. He grounded out back in the second. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Hank's got it. He's going to fire over to first. And that'll be out number 2. And Shannon Stewart comes up. 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Josh Hamilton makes the catch for out number 3. To the top of the 5th we go. Top of the order due up here for the Rangers. Rivers, Kinsler, and Hamilton. Mickey, he singled and came around to score in the 3rd. And that's going to be against the 15. That's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Jesse makes the catch for out number 1. Ian comes to the plate now, and he's 2 for 2. He's got a double and a single. And this is going to be another double. He's off to a damn good start today. 3 for 3. 2 doubles. Ian's in scoring position. Rangers up 2 to 1. Here comes the big boys now. Hamilton, Palmera due up here. And Josh is 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Nope, actually that's going to be a pop-up down the third. And that'll be out number 2. So it's up to Mr. Rafael Palmero to deliver here with a runner in scoring position. And he's got 2 RBIs on the day. He's singled and drove in 1 and has a sacrifice fly. And that's going to be a base on balls. They don't want nothing to do with Rafael. He's down at first now. And here comes Hondo. Frank Howard up first and second. 2 outs. Can Frank deliver? He's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a pop up behind home plate. Ernie takes the mask off near the screen, makes the catch, and that'll do it. The Rangers strand 2 to the bottom of the 5th we go. Bottom part of the order due up here. Witt, Holiday, and then Alomar. And Ernie, he struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss again. He strikes him out. And that is Yu Darvish, 7th strikeout of the game, folks. And up to the plate now is Roy. And Roy popped up to second his first time up. And that's a back-to-back strikeout. Can Darvish strike out the side? He's up to 8 strikeouts in this game, folks. Alomar is 1 for 1. He has walked and doubled and came around to score. And that is a ground ball down the first. Rafael takes it, calls off Darvish. That's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Darvish. To the top of the 6th we go. Rodriguez, Blaylock, and Elvis. And Pudge is 0 for 1. He did walk in the 4th. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tony for out number 1. And now Blaylock's up. And he's 1 for 2 today. He singled and struck out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that is Roy's 6th strikeout of the game. And Elvis get a 2-out rally started here. He's 0 for 2. He struck out twice. And he ain't going to strike out this time. That's going to be a fly ball out the center field. Vernon makes the catch. That's a 1-2-3 inning. To the top of the 7th we go. Let's see something here. In the 8th. Okay, so you got Fernandez due up. followed by Olderud and Vladimir. And Tony's 1 for 2 singled in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that'll be out number 1. And John Olderud comes to the plate. And John's 1 for 2 with an RBI. And that's going to be against the righty. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. John goes the other way with it and gets on base with 1 out. Tying run at first. Go ahead run comes to the plate. And Vladimir Guerrero, runner on first, 1 out. Of course, the Rangers hoping for a ground ball double play here. And Guerrero has flown out and struck out. That's going to be a 15. That's going to be a fly ball out to Hamilton for out number 2. So it's up to Jesse Barfield to try to get the tying run in here. And Jesse is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice to get Darvish. Not this time, folks. And even with his weak arm, I don't know if John's going to be able to score on this. It's a double in the right field. John doesn't have much speed at all. They're going to send him around here. It'll be a 61 or lower. See if Howard can throw him out, folks. Nope. That's an RBI double. And that ties the ball game up. And now you got the go-ahead run down the second with 2 outs. And Vernon Wells is up. Vernon's 0 for 2. He's grounded out the third twice. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Yu Darvish in a pickle here. And Shannon Stewart's up now, first and second, still 2 outs. Shannon is struck out and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. He'll go the short way over to second. And that'll end the inning. But the Blue Jays score 1, tie this game up 2 apiece. We go to the top of the 7th, 2-2. And that might be it for Yu Darvish. I'll have a pitch hitter for him. Trying to get that run back. If they wouldn't have scored that run, he probably hits for himself. And let's see who's going to come off the bench here. And Rusty's going to come off the bench. See if he can get aboard here. So Rusty comes off the bench. Lefty on the bench comes off. They'll lead it off, and he'll be followed by Rivers and Kinsler. Rusty's batting .200 on the year. He's got a homer and 1 RBI. He's 1 for 5 with that homer. And that's going to be a rare play of 40. A 40 and a 45. That is going to be a 22. And that's going to be hit back to the mound. And a 44 and a 2 is probably fielding column 1. Yep. And that's going to be a nice play by Roy. He snags it. He's going to fire over to first. And that'll be out number 1. To the top of the order we go now. In this tie ball game. Rivers is 1 for 3. Came around the score back in the third. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Vernon for out number 2. See if Kinsler can get aboard here with 2 outs and get a 2-out rally started. And he is 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and a single. And that's going to be a pop up down the third, 1, 2, 3 inning. Now we'll see who's going to come out of the bullpen. Pitch for the Rangers here in the 7th inning stretch. And Klein's going to come out of the bullpen. Because again, they don't have any lefties in the bullpen. No lefties in the pen at all. So Klein will come in. Try to keep this a tie ball game. And Ron, this is his first appearance. He was 10-7 with a 2.32 ERA in 1964. And he's got Witt, probably a pitch hitter for Halladay. And back to the top of the order. And Ernie's 0 for 2 today, struck out twice. He's glad to see Darvish going. And I'll say he is. See, turns on that one, folks. Hits that ball down the first baseline. And that is going to be a double. Ernie standing down at second now with nobody out. And that'll be it for Halladay. He could still win this game. Halladay could still win it. He can't lose it, but he could still win it. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here for the Blue Jays. Most of the lefties are already in the game. And Carlos is the only lefty. He's coming off the bench here. See if he can break this tie. And Carlos is 0 for 5 on the year, folks. Can he get the job done here? And that's going to be a 37 with a runner down at second. And that's going to be hit back to the mound. And that's going to be a rare play with a runner down at second on a 37. Re-roll the dice. A 15 and a 37. And that's going to be hit out to center field. And Mickey Rivers is out there. And that'll be a fly ball. Nice play by Rivers. And let's see if the runner advances here. Ernie, with his speed, is going to stay put. So that's a fly ball for out number 1. Runner still down at second with 1 out now. And Alomar is up. And Roberto is 1 for 2. He's walked, doubled, and came around the score. And that's going to be against the righty, 13. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And Witt's going to have to stay put at third. So now you got first and third and 1 out. And they got to play the infield in. Tony is 1 for 3. He singled in the first. And that's going to be a 10 against a 16. And that is going to be a single in the center field. And that's going to score the go-ahead run. And see a pulled left. Nope. So that'll be a 39 minus a 26. And a 61 or lower. Alomar gets down to third. And he does. So now you got a RBI single and the runner's down at third. Still, now the Blue Jays are up 3-2. And now you got John Olerud up. They are going to play back for the double play ball with Olerud. And you know what? They're going to do a little hit and run here. So they're going to hit and run. John's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Try to stay out with a double play. And that's going to be a 13 and a 9. And that is going to be a single in the center field. And a 63. And Fernandez is going to score easily. We'll go to third easily. So that's a single. And a runner still at first and third. And that's going to be it for Klein. He can't get the job done here, so Russell's going to come in. As Klein gets beat up. And J.R. Russell's going to come in the game. And now it's a 4-2 game and still runners on the corner. See what Russell can do. Can he put an amen to this? And this is Jeff's first appearance of the year. And Russell in 1989 was 6-4 with 38 saves and a 1.97 ERA. They're going to play back for the double play ball. Vlad's 0 for 3. Not anymore, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. And this ball game is over. And it is now 7-2. Which once was a tie ball game is now out of hand as the bullpen implodes. Kaboom for the Rangers. And Darvish gets a no decision and is shaking his head in the dugout, folks. Now you got Barfield up. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Nobody on, 1 out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. What they needed a little while ago. And that'll be out number 2. That would have been the double play ground ball they needed. Now Vernon Wells is up over 2 with a walk. And that's going to be against a righty. That'll be a ground ball down the third. And that'll end the inning. But 5 runs come across here in the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. It's 7-2 Toronto. And you got the lefties due up here. They got a lefty in the bullpen. Garvin's their lefty and Ryan the closer. So Garvin's going to come in here, pitch to these lefties here in the 8th. And he'll be pitched hit for in the bottom of the 8th. So he's only got to do 1 inning here. Garvin's only got to do an inning here. And this is Garvin's second appearance, no record with no earned run. He'll be facing Hamilton, Palmeiro, and Howard. It's Ken Castro joins us. Yeah, they just did, Ken. They just did. It was a nice 2-2 ball game until that 7th inning, and the bullpen imploded. We pitched it for Darvish and brought in Klein. He got roughed up, and then the first batter that Mr. Russell faced, he gave up a 3-run shot. Only one of them was his, but still. Now you got a 7-2, put an amen to it game. And now you got Josh up. He's 0 for 3. And do we pitch hit for Josh is the question. And I think we do. I think Gonzalez is going to come in the game. Pitch hit for him. So that's it for Hamilton with the lefty out there. And where's Gonzalez at? And Gonzalez is batting .400 on the year, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. It's going to be a single in the left field. He pulls that ball. Nice job of hitting by Gonzalez. Gets the job done here. And the base runners aboard. Of course, they need a few more here. Now you got Palmeiro up with a runner down at first. Do we pitch it for Raphael is the question. And Tex is going to come off the bench. And he's going to pitch hit for Raphael. Bat from the right side. Texas ain't giving up yet. Pulling out all the stops. And where's Tex at? And Tex is 1 for 4, batting .250 with no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strikes. Can he take advantage of this 2-0 pitch? And that's going to be against the lefty at 20 on an 8. And that is going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball out to Stewart. He makes the catch for out number 1. As you see, the team comparisons, Texas batting .250, a .309 on base percentage, slugging .469 with a .778 OPS. Toronto batting .254, 331 on base, slugging .516, and a .847 OPS as Clinton Parks joins us here. And now you got Frank Howard up with a runner at first and 1 out. He's 0 for 3. And that's the double play ball. Taylor made down to Alomar, over to Tony, over to John, 4-6-3 double play. And to the bottom of the 8th we go. Have to put these guys in the game here. Let's see here. Where's Gonzalez? He's going to go play right field. Howard's going to move over to left. And Tex is going to stay in the game and play first. And now you got Stewart, Witt, and Gavin due up. We'll have a pitch hitter for him probably. Might let him go now that they got a 5-run lead. Shannon's 0 for 3. He is struck out, grounded out, and flown out as Sean joins us here. And that's going to be against the righty, an 18. That's going to be a nice play down at short. Elvis makes the play, fires over to first for out number 1. Wait a second. Let's get this right. That's the second time I looked at the wrong number. And that's going to be a ground ball in front of the plate. And a 61 and a 9. That might be an error, folks. That's fielding column 2. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. But Rodriguez is going to have to throw down the first. So Russell strikes him out. Not a ground out, but a strikeout. Ernie Witt. He's having a hell of a start to the season, Clinton. He's 1 for 3 today with a double and came around the score batting .556 with a homer and 5 RBIs. He's been hot, but that's a ground ball down the Tex. At first, he'll take it himself for out number 2. And do we let Gavin pitch? That is the question. I think we're going to pitch it for him. Going to pitch it for Gavin. See if they can add some more runs. What do you think? See who's going to come out and pitch hit for him. Let's see. He's going to come off the bench against the righty. They don't have any lefties on the bench. They used their only lefty already. And you know what? I think they're going to have old Josh come out. Josh might, I don't know. Who we want to do? Who we want to use here? That is the question.
Osuna.
Who do we want to use? I hear you, old boy. I know I need to look a little closer at those damn numbers. So let's see here. Who do we? Let's see. Hill can come. Let's look here. So he might make some defensive changes here. They might bring in. I don't think they're going to use Donaldson because I think he's going to come in for defensive purposes. You know who? I think they're going to bring in Mr. Bell. Is he going? Well, he come in. Yeah, Bell's going to come off the bench. George Bell come off the bench here. because Donaldson's going to come in the game and play third for defensive purposes. So Mr. Bell's going to come out and pitch hit. 2 outs, nobody on. Yeah, I wish I was young, pup. So George is 0 for 3 on the year. Here's the pitch to Bell, and he ranks this one. That ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? Kiss it goodbye. George Bell with a pitch hit homer. And it is now 8-2. George trying to get some playing time here with a pitch hit homer. No doubt about her. And now it's 8-2. So we go to the top of the order, and Alamar's having a damn good game. 2 for 3 with a walk. Now he's batting .400 on the year, folks. Alomar off to a good start, and that's going to be a base on balls. And all of a sudden, Russell can't get the all-important third out here. And now you got Tony up with a runner at first and 2 outs. Tony's 2 for 4. And again, the top of the order for these Blue Jays batting well. He's batting .385 on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. I put the old hex on him, didn't I? And that'll end the inning. But the homer by George Bell makes it 8-2. So we go to the top of the 9th. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch. It's not a save opportunity, so it won't be.
Osuna.
Osuna's going to come out and pitch. I think this is his first appearance of the year, I believe. And he'll bat in the 9 spot. Osuna comes in the game. And like I say, I think Donaldson's going to come in the game to play third. Shore up that spot. Donaldson will come in. And he'll bat. And he'll bat there. So let's put Donaldson in the game. Play third. He'll bat in the 4 hole. And now we're ready. That'll shore things up. And you got Rodriguez, Blaylock, and Elvis due up here. And Pudge is 0 for 2. He did walk in the game, but they need base runners, and they're going to get one here. That is going to be well hit. Where's this ball end up at? And that ball is driven into the gap. Pudge Rodriguez with a leadoff double. And now you got a runner down in scoring position, nobody out. Blaylock comes to the plate, and Blaylock is 0 for 1. He has struck out twice and singled, and that's going to be against the righty, 13, and that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 34 and a 9 will be fielding column 1. They'll get the lead runner out at second. No, what am I doing? They'll get the runner out at the batter out at first, but the runner is going to make it down the third. So that's going to be a 4-3 put out, and Rodriguez will make it down the third. So now you got a runner down at third, and Elvis is here. Can Elvis do something? He's 0 for 3, struck out twice and flown out. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one again down the second. And it's going to be a line drive, matter of fact. And that's going to end the ball game, folks. A line drive double play as Rodriguez gets taken out down there. And that's your ball game. Nice play by Alomar Donaldson down there at third, bringing in for defensive purposes. And it works, folks. And that's your ball game. Toronto wins this game 8-2. Take a look here at the box score. Evens this series up at a game apiece. And Blue Jays 8 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The Rangers 2 runs, 8 hits and no errors. Kinsler with a nice game for the Rangers, 3 for 4. Rangers only 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Left 6 men on base. Look at that top of that lineup. Alomar 2 for 3. Tony 2 for 5. John 3 for 4. Nice job at the top of the order. 5 for 11. 5 for 11. And you had Guerrero with the big homer and George Bell with a homer. And they left 6 men on base. DAVISH pitched a hell of a game. Gets a no decision. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, walked 2, struck out 8. Klein comes in, gets lit up like a Christmas tree. A third of an inning, 4 hits, 4 runs. And Russell comes in, pitches an inning and a third, throws some kerosene and some gas and a little bit else on the fire. 2 hits, 2 runs, walked 1, struck out 2. And Roy gets the first win of the year, goes 7 innings. Nice job by him. And you got 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Gavin comes in 1 inning, 1 hit. And Oshie comes in 1 inning and 1 hit. Let's take a look here at the standings and leaderboard. And now Toronto is a game back of the Yankees. Baltimore's 2 games back, Boston 2.5, and Tampa Bay 3 games back. And in the Central, the Tigers are now a half a game up on the Indians. KC's a game back. Minnesota and Chicago a game and a half back. And out west, the Rangers lose the lead. They're now a half a game behind Seattle. Oakland's a game and a half back. And the Angels are 2 games back. Excuse me, got the coughs now. And Jim Thomey's leading in every category, folks. He's got a .533 batting average, tied with 4 homers, along with his teammate Ramirez, and 8 RBIs. And ERA leader right now at 0. Bunch of pitchers tied with 1 win, and JJ with the 3 saves for Seattle. Jim Thome leading in the MVP voting, and Jim Palmer in the Cy Young. And the next game on the channel will be the final game of this series. And it will be, let's see who the starting pitchers will be here. And it'll be Bobby Witt going up against David Wells. The Boomer against Bobby. Should be an interesting matchup. I want to thank Clinton Parks, World's Worst Gamer, and Ken Castro for stopping in here, and David for stopping in here today. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for reminders, and on your way out of the park, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.